Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on the channel. This is probably the most important video I've made to date on this channel. About a year ago, I was watching a live stream and I heard a victim get scammed in real time. Their phone number was shared on the stream, and a bunch of us scam baiters decided to give this guy a call to protect him, to see what we could do to make sure that he wasn't scammed. We called over and over and over again. I must have called, I don't know, at least 20 to 25 times myself. And the scammers were so good at what they did, they convinced him that we were the ones trying to hack him, sending him text messages telling him to not give them any money, that he was being scammed. And we never could help him at that point. Eventually I got a chance to call the gentleman and chat with him. And that conversation really made a big impact in my life. So as I reflect on that experience, I remember as I talked to him, he expressed shame, humiliation. He felt anxious. He was stressed out, overly stressed out. He blamed himself. He had low self-esteem. And these are common traits that people who fall victims to scams feel. And as such, many of them don't tell us the story. They don't tell us because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed, they'll feel judged, they'll feel hopeless, they'll feel isolated. There's many feelings that people feel, and that's why they don't come forward. I feel blessed today to share this with you because I got a chance to speak with a victim who was willing to share her story with us all. Now I've respected her wishes and she's asked to remain anonymous. She's asked that I change her voice. And she's asked that I share this with you all as well, to see if somewhere, someone out there can be impacted to the point where they can spot the scam. The scammers really do numbers on people, guys. I've said this before, yes, it's financial, but I think the bigger issue here is the emotional and psychological abuse that scammers put people through. Many people take their lives. It's a very serious matter. So, most of this video, I don't talk very much in it. It's her story, and I wanted her to share it.
Okay, I want to start off is that, in that time I was in a really bad relationship. My first thought was a friend told me to get on Instagram, that it was my time to waste time there, and there was a lot of amazing people there. So I did get on, and I was on there for about, a good year, 2 years I was on there. And in those 2 years, I never knew about private, putting your things private, and to me, I wanted the whole world to know that I was out there. You get the most likes and all that. And one day, out of the blue, I get a message, and this person tells me, "Hi, you're beautiful." And I told him, I didn't answer him right away because I just never did that. So I waited about a month, and every day it was like something, "Oh, I like your pictures, I like your statuses." And then just one day I thought, wow, I don't think there's nothing wrong with talking. So I sent him a message. I sent this person a message back, and I told him, "Hi, how are you? Um, what was his name?" And I seen his name and all this. And we started chatting, and we started chatting, and to me, I thought we became really good friends, until you don't realize everything on later on. So we started chatting and we started chatting, and he told me he was from El Paso. And so a few days later, he told me that he was going to be deployed. He told me he was in the military, and he was going to be deployed, and so I wasn't going to be able to. We wouldn't be able to talk for about a week or so because it would take him time to get where he was going, which was supposedly Lagos, Nigeria, and that's where he was going to be deployed because he was going to go help out to make a church for these people. Like me, I never knew what the military is or what the military is about, so I believed him. I waited the week and a half. If he did, okay. If he didn't, that was fine also, because it wasn't so far in. So then when he got there, supposedly, when he got there, he said he had forgot that they had rushed him and he had forgot the majority of his things, which was a debit card, which we carry. They didn't have accounts. They didn't have nothing out there. And if there was a way that I could help him, because in that week and a half, he hadn't had nothing to eat. So he asked me if I could get him a gift card. I told him I didn't know what gift cards were, that I was never really around that. And he asked me if I could go to Walmart and get him one. And I thought, what's wrong with getting him a gift card? I didn't think anything about it, which later on I realized it's my worst nightmare. So I go get him the gift card. I thought it ain't much. It's $50. How hard can it be to give him $50 that he could have something to eat? No big deal. So that's how it stood. And so we kept chatting and we kept chatting. And that's how it stood. And then all of a sudden, one day he told me, that he can't chat on Instagram no more, that if there was a way that we can, chat somewhere else. And I asked him, what do you mean somewhere else? I don't know anywhere else. He asked me if I had a WhatsApp. I told him no. I told him I don't have that. I don't even know what that is. And he showed me, and so I downloaded it and everything. My other mistake was that I found out later is my phone number. So we started chatting on Instagram and on WhatsApp, I mean, and so we chatted there for for a very long time. That For a very long time. So then one day, he told me that there was a bunch of kids that were starving, and that if there was a way that I could help them, because it was going to be a long time before that church was going to be built. And I thought, oh wow, well there's some kids that are in need. They're hungry. Um, so there I went and I sent. He told me if it's possible, can you send me another $100? And I said, well, $100 ain't that bad. It's for a good thing. You're gonna feed some kids, and and it's gonna help a lot of people over there. So I thought it isn't a big thing, and I thought I help a lot of people anyway, and I believe this is something of God. So I believed it. He sent me verses, and he did all those good things. So then we kept chatting, and I did send him quite a bit, and then out of nowhere, it seemed like the amount would get bigger each and every time. Then later on, it was $300 because um, he got sick one time, and he said that he needed to pay his medical. If there was a way that I could send him $300, and I was promised all my money back, and he was gonna come back and send me everything all the money that I had lent him. So then
Which
I
was
did send him.
how much was that at this point?
At this point, it was already up to $300. And to me, $300 wasn't that much. So I was still, that's okay with me, because I thought, you're gonna feed some kids. So that was fine with me. then we talked a few while longer, and he said he had got like some kind of skin, like a skin disease, so he had gotten sick. So he sent me a picture that he was sick in the hospital, now I know it wasn't him. He asked me if there was a way that I could pay for that, and there it was like already more money. And I asked him, well, what about your mom and dad? And he goes, no, he goes, I can't, tell my mom. He goes, I don't want her to worry, and I don't want her to feel bad. Um, and I go, well, how about your sisters? And he goes, I have a sister, but they can't help me. They're not in a good situation now. And I thought, he goes, but don't worry, don't worry. I'm gonna give you all your money back when we see each other. And, I said, okay, that's fine. And I still thought 500 wasn't that bad because, um, I thought it was for a good cause, and I thought, oh well, he's gonna pay me my money back. Um, so then another time, then we were already more into the chatting, and I think I was already getting to the point that I was like having feelings, I guess I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this guy would text me every morning. He would send me songs. Um, I could say I was lonely. I was lonely because then 99% I'm home alone. So I think I was getting feelings for this person, but not knowing I was having these feelings. So I guess the money really didn't bother me until one day, I guess the situation was, I guess he had got into a fight, according to him. Him and another military guy had gotten into a fight, and they had broke computers and a lot of valuable things. Now by this time it was already $5,800. That was already like a lot, and I thought about it, and that was my first flag there. But I think my feelings were already, I think I already had cared for this person, and I already had told him so many things, sent pictures, um, just I guess I put all my trust in him in a lot of things. He knew the relationship I was going through with my husband. Um, and I thought, and he would tell me, don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of that bad relationship, and I'm gonna take you to El Paso, and I'm gonna have you that you can meet my mom, and I thought, wow, you know, it sounds so promising, so good. And I'm telling you, if it sounds good, it's not good. So I believed him, and I said, well, give me a few days. And then before that, somebody else, emailed me, and he goes, this person, um, isn't going to be able to talk to you for a few days because he's in trouble, and of, I'm the captain, and he's locked up. And in order for him to get bailed out, you have to send $5,800 or you won't be able to speak to him again.
Wow.
And he goes, he has to pay for all the damages. And I said, okay. And this is where my other red flag comes out. And I thought, okay, I'm willing to pay for it. I go, but I'll send it to California. Cause before I knew that he had a base, and I thought, and he always told me it was out of California. So I thought, why not send the money to California? And he said, no, 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 no. You can't do that. You have to send it over here. And the thing was, a lot of it was, um, God, I don't know how dumb I could be though. I thought, if I send you this money, how am I going to send it? So he gave me a Nigerian name, which that was odd. And I told him, well, how come you don't have your own bank account? He goes, because I'm not from here, and they don't let us open bank accounts. And so you have to send it to this person. I said, okay. That was a red flag, but I don't know, you sent it anyway. So I said, I did send the money anyway. I did get myself in debt. Believe it or not, I took it out on my chase.
Wow.
Borrowed from my brothers. And this whole time my husband never knew. After that, there when I started getting frustrated, I started feeling stupid in a way because I thought to myself, how do you send money to somebody you don't know? But I feel like I do know and I believe him. But I think I was so far in that I wanted to believe I was going to get my money back. And this is already like 6-7 months into me talking to this person. Then I sent that money. So then it was a month later, we decided that he was going to come to the States. He said he was going to talk to his captain and see what he could do. Well, then another thing comes up. He said that in order for him to come, I had to buy his, that he can leave because he wasn't supposed to leave until December. In order for him to come to the States, I had to fill out a piece of paper that he can come to the States, which also comes out to not be free. That was another 2,500. So in order for him to come to the States, I had to pay 2,500 for his early release. So in that time, I get good bonus from my work. And so I gave him the 2,500 for that. So then he went and, got a ticket, which now I find out was false, which seemed so real. My God. Had his name on it, had everything like if he was gonna fly out to the States, which now I find out isn't true. So then, so I was super excited and that happened. I knew there was flights, but I still didn't want to believe that, um, there was nothing wrong because I didn't know about a scammer in that time. So I still said, it's good. I said, either way, if he comes or if he doesn't come, we were still going to be together, so the money never mattered to me. I guess I could look at it that way. The money never really mattered to me, and that's crazy to say because we were going to be together. And like he told me, I'm going to go and I'm going to help you. You could help you with your divorce. I could get me lawyers, and he goes, and I'll help you with your situation. So I thought the money didn't matter. So then, that happened. So October's coming in and he says that he needs a phone to come into the States and that he could get a hold of me. And I said, oh, okay. So I figured he was already going to come into the States. So he did need a good phone to get a hold of me. So then I ended up sending $1,000 more because he needed a good phone to be into the States because the phone he had, I guess, I don't know the difference, was a Nigerian phone. So then, I sent him the money. And the thing about all this, everything was sent through, an app on my phone. So I never, got stopped from sending these amounts of money. Um, so one day I had to go, so I was excited. I was really super happy and I felt like I was going to finally get out of the situation that I was in. But there was nights that I would cry and actually think that, is this really true? Is this gonna happen? Um, and one day he even told me, have your bags packed and take what you can, and when you're ready to leave, I'll meet you at the airport. So I was ready, but I don't know why my heart kept telling me to talk to somebody and talk to somebody. Then I still hadn't even told my good friend. So one day I went to her job and we started talking, and she told me, "Wow, you have a glow from ear to ear, and you seem so excited and unhappy." And I told her, she goes, "Something's going on with you," and I go, "Yeah." I go, I told her I had met this person online, and we had been talking for a good while. I told him, and he's coming to the States to come and that we can be together. And so she started like going through my messages and stuff, and she told me, can you tell this person that I want to chat with him? I want to get to know him because I can't just let you go with a total stranger. So one night we all got together, and we started chatting it with him and stuff, and he said he couldn't video chat over on his phone because it didn't work. And so so we pretty much just talked like that, but she said his English was way off. And that's the part that I don't understand myself, that why didn't I see that? But she kept telling me he's a scammer, and I kept telling her, what do you mean a scammer? And so she started explaining to me what all that was, and I said no. And he told me, he goes, I told you not to tell nobody. Um, Now they're gonna break up our relationship, and he was pretty angry. But then that kept me thinking from there on. Um, I thought, what the heck is a scammer? Um, so one day he told, like the next day, he started texting me and stuff, and I didn't want to answer because I was like, and then he sent me a Google, and he told me, he goes, look for me on Google. So I did, and his picture popped up, which I know now it wasn't him. Um, and I went through it and I looked, I searched, and he goes, see how people got me in trouble, and I'm finding a way to make my name better. He goes, people are using my name to scam, and he goes, I'm the real one. And so I believed all that. So I kept talking to him because he was going to be here in a month either way, because October was already going to be here. And we had a set date in October. I don't want to give the date, but so I got ready, and so I decided that I was going to go and get him at the airport. And I did go. And guess what? Yep, he never showed up. Um, that was the hard part because I thought that I had given him so much money, so much trust. He knew everything about me. And then he said that he couldn't go because his flight was canceled, which was another lie, of course. So I stood in the hotel, and I couldn't believe it. A lot of things started going through my head about what my friend had told me, and I was already so much in debt. And that's where my nightmare started. where I wanted to take my life. I thought to myself, how could I be so stupid? By then, he had texted me again and said that he couldn't come and a bunch of excuses, and he said to go home and not to worry, that he would fix everything again. And I thought, so I believed him. I did believe him, and now at this point I don't think it was so much. I was already tired, frustrated, all the lying, all the cheating, that all I wanted was, I think by now, is my money back. So I said, I'm just gonna keep with this relationship and see what happens. So then, he was supposed to come in December. I said I would give him the benefit of the doubt in December. From October, in November, I went on vacation. So, when I went on vacation, it was like a breather for me, but I had to figure out how he was gonna get to the States. So he asked me for, another 2,000 because his flight, they had to redo his flight, and they had to do a lot of other things for him to come. So I was supposed to go get him in December, which once again, it never happened. By then I was already frustrated, mad, angry, felt dumb, because now by this time I said, I believed my friend that I was being scammed. My nightmare to this day is that buying the gift card, giving money to somebody I didn't even know, and sometimes it ain't even the money for me. It was my heart, my feelings. Now I don't trust anybody. Now I live in fear every day because I can't go out of my house. I'm scared of my phone, for somebody to text me, for somebody to call me, because I don't know if it's them. I feel like if I'm a prisoner in my own house. Up to this day by day, I don't know. I don't know how to get out of it. Some days I want to change my phone number, but I can't because it's attached to a lot of my things. But I do live in fear daily. And I just wish that everybody can hear this and know that there's very, very bad people out there. And we're all a business. They don't love anybody. And I've tried to want to go to counseling, but I can't. Because I can't go out of my house. I barely make it to work daily. And I just, sometimes I wish I had somebody to talk to. But everybody out there, please, please be safe. Don't think because you have social media, it's a safe place, because it's not. If I could change everything, I wish I would have never answered that person. Never would have gotten a gift card. Because day to day, I feel like my life is destroyed and I don't know if I'll get it back. So, I just wish everybody the best out there and to be careful because these scammers aren't playing games. They're really very bad people. Thank you. That's pretty much it.
That's honestly that's heartbreaking.
And sometimes when I'm home alone, this is when I want to take my life because I feel so locked up. The hardest part is the ending of all this because you don't know how to build yourself up and thinking everybody knows and everybody's looking at you like if you're so stupid, you know? Um, it's just the embarrassment. It's hard because you always think it could never be you when it could be you. I thought I was smarter than that.
So if you could share something uh like I guess a piece of advice that you could share to someone that looking back, what would that piece of advice be?
Um, really pay attention to the red flags. Nothing is good. Nothing is good as it seems. Um, if they start asking you for money, you got to believe that it is a scammer because nobody just gives your money away. Um, if you really want to meet somebody, the best thing is to meet somebody face to face, Skype to Skype, whatever it takes that you do know this person and he is real. If not, um, my advice to you is to block them, delete them, get them out of your life as soon as you can because um, they will destroy your life. They will destroy it. The picture that people have on their Instagrams, on their Facebook, doesn't mean it's them. These scammers are using other people's pictures to get away with what they're getting away with. And the picture that this scammer was using belonged to somebody else. So you need to be careful. You need to block your stuff or not have it at all or know what you actually that you actually are computer how do you guys say it? Suave? That you guys actually know what you guys are doing because they do steal your pictures and they do a lot of horrible things. So you really do need to be careful out there because that's why when I do post that, I need it in a way to actually be safe because if you haven't been scammed, you don't know what these scammers can do. They are really, really horrible people. And as horrible as I'm saying, it's up to where a person takes their life because I've been there and I feel that daily that what for go on because I feel like I'm locked up anyway. And I say, if I can't go anywhere or do anything, what's the point of everything? But now I do know there is a point because if I give them that benefit of the doubt, then they have won. So I know I need to get out of the shell that I have, and I know I need to move on. And tomorrow, for the first time, I am gonna go out and not be scared that somebody's following me or somebody is actually looking for me. And I'm gonna make tomorrow my first day to go out and see if I could do it.
You can. You can.
So let's see how it goes.
If you feel...
But thank you so much, Dale. I appreciate it.
Did you initially not talk to someone about it because maybe did you feel embarrassed about it at first?
I do feel embarrassed.
No, I don't mean right
Number
now.
one, I feel embarrassed.
I mean when it was happening.
Okay.
When it was happening, did you feel like you didn't want to share it with someone? Like when your friend asked you, said, "Hey, you have like this glow about you," and when she told you that he was a scammer, I know you said that you started being a little bit weary, but why do you think it was?
I freaked out.
You freaked out?
I freaked out because I thought, what the heck is a scammer? I literally, in my heart, didn't know what that was. And I thought, that doesn't even exist. I don't even know what that is. When she told me that was my panic mode, I think. I literally think I panicked right there, but I didn't want her to know that I was in a panic because when she started telling me what that was, after that day, I Googled a lot of things, his name, and then I went on places where you could look for the number. I literally I even missed a few days of work to see what she was actually meaning by a scammer, and I found this person on Facebook, and so scared that I was, I'm not lying to you. I texted a person out of that family to see if it was true. But of course, when you text somebody you don't know, they're gonna literally who the heck are you? Blocked me and whatever. I was really in a panic mode. Of the of just the thought, oh my God, I got scared because he had my number, and that's the fear I think that I have. He had my number. He has, now I think about it, he has a lot of pictures. Could he use my pictures to scam somebody else? There's just a lot of things that it's hard for me right now because I don't know, what that person can actually do. And, the thing is just, I just never knew what a scammer was. That's my problem. That's how dumb I can be.
Now, another question for you is, you had told me before that he had someone who spoke proper English talk to you pretending to be his mother?
Yes, from the States.
So how did that happen?
What happened is, when he was already gonna come, to the States, he didn't want his mother to know, but according to him, she knew about me. And so he wanted me to call her, just to verify that her son was good and that we were talking. And so he had me call, and it was an El Paso number. I did talk to her, and she did seem like she knew him and that she knew everything about him, but it was like seconds, and then she said that she was really sick and she wasn't able to talk, and sounded really old, and she was good with everything. But now that it's all past and you think about it, she had to have been a mule, which I didn't know what that meant then,
Right.
but she had to have been a mule. Or something, I try to sometimes still figure that out, because I say, why would she back him up on the story?
Right.
I don't know. And then the thing is with all this, to me, I think I was dealing with like 3 or 4 different scammers at the same time because like you had a captain, and then I even told him for a long time. I told him, well, how come you don't have family? I go, that's strange. I go, you can't just be like the only kid. Goes, no, I have a sister. She lives in Germany. Do you want to meet her? So it was like days later. Um, he connected me to this girl, uh, supposedly, and had kids and had everything. But I also believe those pictures were stolen because when every time I would try to call to like want to talk to her, she would never answer. But towards like the end, this is what freaked me out the most. One day when I called, it went through and he answered. And it was weird because the accent freaked me out. Uh, because I had never spoken to anybody with an accent. So the accent freaked me out and hung up right away. And he said that his sister couldn't talk right now. So what I'm assuming that he was the sister or somebody else was. Because just a lot of things make sense now of the story. There's just a lot of things that make sense now that I didn't know then, and that's what makes it hard because I believe the mule, was somebody who knew good English. The captain, the sister, and then according to him, he had a really good friend. So I think I was basically dealing with 5 scammers, 4 or 5 scammers, which I didn't know that. I just assumed they were all part of the family. And then I even missed out where he even said he had a son that was in the military, a son, but that he was in the school military. And so where a lot of my money went also is that I was supporting a kid that wasn't even mine, basically in a way. Um, it's just there's just a lot in this story that's hard to say like over like this because you're going through so much, but there's just so much of this story in the 8, 9 months that we talked that now that I look at it, it's freaking ridiculous that you would believe something like this. And I think that's what hurts me the most, that now I look at myself and I say, how dumb can I be and not see all this? So when I was talking to the lady, you say, oh, well, it is true, you know? And then you think you're talking to a sister and you think it is true. Like she would say like, I would really like to get to meet you and I can't wait till you come to Germany and, my brother's flying to the States and, we'll get together, in December, and you're believing all these things because they are fitting the story the way it needs to be. And I think as the story goes along, somebody has to step in. So the thing is people need to understand that you're not dealing with one scammer. You're going to deal with 20 because then I didn't know. But now as I lived it, as your story goes along, you're going to meet a different scammer. So what happens is I believe as a different scammer comes in, well, they have your information. So then as another scammer comes in, you know, so you're talking to all these people on WhatsApp and thinking your whole story it makes sense and you believe it because you have these people coming in, thinking it is true, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just awkward and you don't think of it as you're going through it because you don't think nothing's wrong. You believe, oh, he does have a mom. Oh, he does have a sister. Oh, he does have a best friend. Which I got sent a picture of his best friend, and you think the whole story's true. But now that you think about now that I go back and I think of everything, I'm like, wow, how stupid can I be? But when you're living it, you don't assume anything is wrong because as you're going along with the story, it makes sense. If that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
And that's what people need to understand. They're not dealing with one, they're dealing with a bunch of them. And the thing is, it just, your life seems like it just seems like so real. Like it's, I don't know how to explain it to you. And that's the hard part of me living it today is that I can't get myself to understand it. And I see it now and I'm like, I'm so stupid. I guess people, the hard part of not getting scammed is the thing you're in it and you don't think nothing's wrong because they make you believe a lot of it as it goes along. I don't know how to, you go day by day not thinking that it isn't real because it's real. And when it really hit was like towards the end, it really, really hit like a slap in the face. And now that and you know what the hard part is that you don't realize it until it's done. How much money you're out of, your feelings, how did you not see this when you really did see that? Just, it's wrong to send to somebody that you don't know, but you feel you do know. And I think that's a lot of part where people don't understand that when you're going through it and people say, well, how did you not see the red flags? It ain't so much not seeing the red flags. You just believe when you're in that situation, it's real. You're living, it's real. Because you're meeting the brothers, you're meeting the friend, you're meeting the sister, people don't realize you think you're only talking to one scammer. The thing is that ain't how it works. You're talking to a bunch of scammers where they get the pieces as you're going along with that relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. If you think about it too, it's like, think of how many people might say that, and at the same time, if everyone could catch a red flag of everything in life, uh, people wouldn't be getting divorced, right? Because they might have seen like, oh, I don't know about that, but they're so in love, they're just kind of like, oh well, like I'll let it go for now, and then I'm sure it's nothing, but it's a red flag. But most people don't catch stuff like that, right? So, but you're right. Again, thanks so much for sharing your story with me and with us. I think, yeah, I really do appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, and thank you for listening and not judging me.
Not at all.
I've always been looking for somebody to help me with this. Why I was sent to you, I don't know. But I thank you with all my heart and my deepest respect to you, and I really want to thank you for your help.
You don't know what that means to me, but thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Because I never had a friendship like in a little bit of time. I hadn't been able to trust nobody, talk to nobody. And I'm feeling that if I can let this go, talking to you, maybe day by day I could get my life back together and I could be able to go out and realize that these scammers are far away and they can't do me anything. Because I have gotten into a depression where sometimes I can't eat, I can't sleep. And I know I need to let go because now I do know with all the videos and everything. Now I'm understanding that I know they can't do me anything because they're in a whole different place.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to gather my peace. And thank you for letting me tell you my story.
Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. If you found this video impactful and of importance, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, please make sure you hit the like button and share this with someone that you know may need it. Please also let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this, but I will let you know if your comments are negative towards the victim, I will delete them. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.